The emergency klaxon had barely finished echoing through the cargo bay when Kevin dropped from the access hatch, his toolkit clanging against the deck plating. Station Kepler-7 wasn't supposed to have emergencies. It was a neutral trading post, 3 jumps past civilized space where a dozen species conducted business without incident. Until today, just a coolant leak, Kevin muttered, checking his datapad. His ship, the Wandering Star, was 12 hours from departure, and he'd be damned if some faulty valve was going to delay him. The repair should take 20 minutes, 30 if he was unlucky. He was crawling beneath the secondary manifold when he heard the voice. "You work quickly for a human." Kevin jerked up, smacking his head against the conduit. Pain exploded across his skull as he scrambled backward, reaching instinctively for the plasma cutter on his belt. She stood in the shadows between cargo containers, and Kevin's breath caught. The Drakari were rare this far out, a species so ancient that most races considered them myths. Her scales shimmered like oil on water, iridescent purple and black, and her eyes glowed with an inner amber light. Vestigial wings, barely functional but elegant, traced the line of her spine. She was beautiful and terrifying in equal measure. "I apologize," she said, her voice carrying harmonics that seemed to resonate in his chest. "I did not mean to startle you." "You're..." Kevin swallowed hard, lowering the plasma cutter slightly. "You're Drakari." "My name is Anna." She stepped forward into the maintenance lighting, and Kevin saw she wore the simple jumpsuit of a station technician, though it seemed absurd on her 7-foot frame. "I have been watching you, Kevin Chen." The fact that she knew his name should have alarmed him more than it did. "Why?" Anna tilted her head, a distinctly reptilian gesture. "Because you are human, and humans are interesting. Your species has only been spacefaring for 143 of your years, yet you have already made yourselves indispensable." Her tail swished behind her, thoughtful. "The Vexari trust you to repair their hyperdrives. The Korlathi allow you to mediate their trade disputes. Even the Collective permits your merchant vessels through their territory. Do you know how extraordinary that is?" Kevin wiped coolant off his hands. "We're useful, I guess." "Useful." Anna's laugh was like wind chimes in a storm. "The galaxy is full of useful species. The Bendri are excellent mathematicians. The Thulian craft perfect weapons. But humans?" She moved closer, and Kevin fought the urge to back away. "Humans are adaptable. Humans are creative. And, most importantly, humans are stubborn in a way that frightens the old powers. Look, this is fascinating, but I have a repair to finish. Do you want to see something hidden?" The question hung in the recycled air of the cargo bay. Kevin should have said no. He should have finished his repair, filed his flight plan, and gotten the hell away from Station Kepler-7. But there was something in Anna's glowing eyes, something that spoke of secrets and possibilities. "What kind of something?" he asked. Anna's smile revealed rows of crystalline teeth. "The kind that will change everything you think you know about this station, about this sector, about why humans are really tolerated in galactic space." 20 minutes later, Kevin followed Anna through maintenance corridors that weren't on any station schematic. They descended 4 levels below the official lowest deck, past biometric locks that opened at Anna's touch, past automated defense systems that tracked them but didn't fire. "The Drakari built this station," Anna explained as they walked, 17,000 years before your species discovered fire. "We built it as a waypoint, a place to observe the younger races as they emerged and either flourished or destroyed themselves." "You're saying this whole place is a research station? An archive? A library? A warning system?" Anna stopped before a massive door covered in script that hurt Kevin's eyes to look at directly. "We have watched 647 species reach for the stars. Do you know how many still exist?" Kevin shook his head. 32. The rest either annihilated themselves, were conquered, or simply faded away. Anna placed her hand on the door, and it began to open with a sound like singing. "But humans, Kevin, your people might actually survive, perhaps even thrive." The chamber beyond was vast, a cathedral of data storage that stretched up into darkness. Holographic displays flickered to life, showing star charts, biological data, historical records of species Kevin had never heard of. "Why show me this?" he whispered. "Because in 3 standard days, the Hegemony Council will vote on whether to classify humans as a protected developing species. which means quarantine and controlled growth for the next 1,000 years, or as a potential peer species, with all the rights and dangers that entails. Anna turned to face him, her expression grave. The Drakari have 1 vote, and I am the Drakari representative on this station. Kivon's mind reeled. You want? What, my opinion? I'm a cargo pilot. Exactly. You are not a politician or a general. You are an ordinary human who fixes broken machines and keeps the trade routes flowing. Anna gestured to the archives around them. I have studied your species through your achievements and your failures. But I wanted to see you, Kivon. I wanted to see if the stubbornness I read about in your history is real, if the creativity and adaptability are genuine. And, Anna's smile was warm now, almost fond, you accepted a stranger's invitation to see something hidden. You followed a dragon lady into the depths of a station, armed with nothing but a plasma cutter and curiosity. You are either very brave or very foolish, and I find I cannot decide which. She extended a hand, clawed and elegant. The Drakari will vote to recognize humanity as peers, Kivon Chen. I hope your species proves worthy of it. Kivon shook her hand, feeling the warmth and strength in her grip. No pressure, then. 3 hours later, after Anna had helped him finish his coolant repair, Kivon sat in his cockpit preparing for departure. Station Kepler 7 fell away behind him, and he thought about ancient dragons and hidden archives, about votes and futures and the weight of being human in a galaxy that was watching, waiting, and perhaps hoping. His comm chimed. A single line of text from an unknown sender. Fly well, stubborn human. The stars are waiting. Kivon smiled and pushed the throttle forward, diving into the black.